Welcome back to some more battles. We are in the Open Great League again, and let's see what team we're going to be trying. We have the Shadow Drapion pair with the Golisopod and the Jellicent in the back. So we got double anti Gastrodons in the back, kind of. We are going to see our Drapion versus the Clogsire. We are going to play this out. So they do go for the Earthquake off the bat. We are going to fire off this Aqua Tail to get the shield back. And let's see if we catch one of the Earthquakes. Perfect. We do catch the Earthquake. And now they revealed the Lantern. Lantern is dealing super effective fast move, but we are going to be able to fight back with these X Scissors. Plus the Shadow Claw fast move damage is adding up, getting them into the low red. We are going to let this go. It ends up being the Surf, and we're looking for a... unfortunate. We aren't able to get the farm down, and we survive with a Sliver. We're trying to get out of there, and unfortunately we see a Wiggly in the back. But we do have energy banked on our Drapion, so maybe that energy will come into play later. We are going to have to shield here no matter what. Oh, ends up being the Disarming Voice, so that was beneficial for us. We fire off the Surf, trying to undercharge, but unable to get any additional Hex. We finally get the last shield out of the way, and now we can just fire off this Aqua Tail. Is this enough? No, unfortunately unable to take it out. So GG's to our opponent, unable to beat that Wiggly in the back. Unfortunately, the Wiggly was kind of a big core breaker for our Jellicent in the back. Against the jump bluff here is going to be quite interesting. We fire off the Crunch. We get the debuff, so let's see if they go for the bait. They do decide to go for the bait, and we're going to go for this Aqua Tail bait. So we get the shield back. We are going to shield here, ends up being the Acrobatics. And at this point here, they seem to really want to keep this lead, so we are just going to fire off the Aqua Tail, which is enough. So this is a pretty interesting matchup here. We are going to be able to fire off the super effective X Scissor, but they get to this Rock Tomb. Rock Tomb does debuff us. They swap out into their Furret, and unfortunately the Spirit is pretty good against our Jelly. So we need to get this out of the way. We need a huge Crunch to go through. Okay, it is almost enough, and we are going to be able to get the farm down. Luckily, with the debuff, Jelly is going to have the advantage because we have the Surf, and we're going to be able to KO the Claydol. So GG's to our opponent. Very close. It would have been way worse if we didn't get that debuff with the Drapion Crunch. So a little bit lucky right there. Okay, lead here. We are resisting their fast moves, but they are going to be able to get to these dynamic punches pretty quickly. They decide to shield the first one. We are going to shield here because we are... Okay, they actually catch the move onto their Pangoro, and that unfortunately is a huge core breaker for our Jelly. We are going to go into the X Scissor now. We tanked the first, and now we're going to have to tank the second. Nice Slash. Let's see what they do here. They decide to shield it, so at least we got the shield down, and we get them to use energy. We can come back in here with the Drapion because it did have residual energy, and this Aqua Tail will finally take it out. Now we force this Grumpig to use some energy. And at this point, we're going to try to catch the move. They are also trying to catch the move, but they run into a really bad situation for them. Our opponent is only going to be able to throw Earthquakes, and it looks like they need to get to another Earthquake. We're going to fire off 2 Surfs, and this second Surf almost KOs. We almost get the Hex farm down, but it forces them to throw an inefficient Sludge Bomb. So that means that they have to throw energy with their Grumpig, and now their Grumpig is energy dry. We fire off this Crunch to take out the Grumpig, and now we can just farm down their Clogsire. So GG's to our opponent. Very close game, and luckily the Jelly was able to get the Clogstar low enough that didn't become that much more impactful. Okay, Superior in the front is going to be swapped out into the Dugong. This Dugong here is going to have to tank a move, and then we catch something. Ends up being the Icy Wind, so we are going to be able to catch that resistant move. However, we are debuffed. That's the bad part. Looking like we need at least one more Shadow Ball. They go for another Icy Wind. Okay, interesting. And we're going to throw this Shadow Ball on timing. Still not enough to take it out, so this Dugong is actually doing pretty decent. We're going to snipe them, and then we see the Blastoise in the back. So Blastoise throwing a lot of fast move pressure, and it looks like they swap out into their Superior while we have a ton of energy. We can shield here and get rid of this Superior now, so that our backline doesn't even see it. This X-Scissor will take out the Superior, and now we see this Blastoise firing off a Skull Bash. So now they're boosted up in defense, which is unfortunate. However, we do have our Drapion still. Crunch is going to go through, debuffs them, and they are going to be low enough that the Surf is enough for the KO. So GG Star Planet. The Drapion coming in clutch again, firing off the debuff, allowing us to win the game with the Jelly. Okay, Shadow type Flosion going to be pretty good against our backline, especially with some energy advantage. So we're just going to play this out. We force out the switch, and we see the Cradily. So Cradily is going to be able to throw super effective Rock Tomb. However, our own X-Scissors are going to be quite impactful. You can see right there, super effective, dealing nearly 50% even with the debuff. Here comes another X-Scissor. It does get the shield. We are going to shield here because these Rock Tombs are actually very, very impactful. They're going to swap. We swap. We force them to throw some energy here. Flame Charge is not going to KO. They're looking for the Flame Charge and then a big move later. But before that happens, we're going to fire out the Surf and take them out. And now this Cradily is going to be able to throw the Grass Knot to take us out. So Cradily putting in some good value right now. Ooh, Typhlosion comes in with the Thunder Punch. And now we're going to have residual energy on our Drapion. Will this KO? Yes, it will. And now it's a race. Yes, so we are going to be able to clean that up. So check out the team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.